Legendary strike.
There were enemies. Yeah, again, there's an invisible wall there. Suddenly appeared. So every fight is basically like the fight in the arena. Sometimes it's just more obvious than others. I think with fighting without the target locks, in many ways, the best option. It might take a little bit more getting used to, but in a situation where you have pretty much more than 2 targets, you're in deep shit so often. Especially with the problems that the camera doesn't actually show the fight in certain border areas, and the invisible barriers being immediately erected when a fight starts. So you really want the extra mobility. It does make it harder to do damage, clearly. Sexy lady.
Stop where you are! Death's Hand should know better than to send his minions out alone. It is clear that you are one of his hirelings, or perhaps one of Gao the Greater's marauding pirates. You will pay for the crimes you have committed.
What do you know of Gao the Greater?
Don't waste your last breath on lies. I didn't get there in time to help anyone, but I saw you lead the massacre in Two Rivers. Clearly you were involved. Death's Hand went too far in ordering its destruction, and Gao the Greater sought to profit from it. My retribution will end with them, but it will begin with you.
Legendary strike. Toad demon form.
Yeah, I'm sort of curious to see what the Toad demon form is. Poisoned her. Holy shit, does this run out fast.
Legendary strike.
Yeah, in order to that form become in any way useful, move! Move, you stupid piece of shit! Fuck. I'm actually very... Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever really blocked attacks.
Ice shard. Legendary strike.
Can't see shit. Can't see shit. It is not a good target to try to test out blocking. Yeah.
Enough! The way you move seems odd. A flaw I cannot see, perhaps? But you are better than I expected. You might even beat me if I allowed such insolence. You are too skilled to be just a hireling. Death's Hand would view such ability outside his assassins as dangerous, and Gao the Greater prefers his servants docile.
Who are you? Why do you fight the Lotus Assassins?
Death's Hand may be our common foe, but the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. You chase a great evil, larger than you realize. Leave and you may survive. Others have tried to face Death's Hand but were destroyed, as Two Rivers was.
I will pursue them both. I'm not afraid.
A trait of fools, and perhaps the occasional hero. I also seek answers from Death's Hand and his minions. If you truly oppose him, you will need to find your way to the Imperial City. Of course, only the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please, thanks to Gao. Travel routes by land and water are blocked, but they use wind maps and flyers to further their goals here and in the surrounding forest. Perhaps, if you are capable, we will meet again. I wish you good luck, but you will need far more than that to survive. Farewell.
We come from there. Yes. Well, that's the stone. That would be the village then.
Ah, you found your way. Good. I decided there wasn't much point in staying with the flyer. It's not going to get much worse in my opinion. Here, I salvaged this gem out of some sort of power source. I imagine you will have some use for it. Now that we're here, we should see if anyone knows anything about flyers. Maybe whoever is in charge of the town can help us get underway again. I will stay here at this new camp unless you need me. It seems like a good enough place to base ourselves out of.
Good fortune. Intuition, mind, and spirit. Might as well get rid of the Lord Monk.
I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known. And now, they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's the point of this. More killing won't bring our friends back, that's true, but I don't think we can set things right either. We may have to settle for vengeance. Naturally, we can't set everything right, because the people who are dead are gonna stay dead.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help.
Can I actually talk to you now?
No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind, although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li.
What do you think of this place?
I do not like the area around this place, around Tien's Landing. There is rot here, deep in the heart of it. There are secrets, and there has been much suffering. Maybe I just feel this way because of what happened at the school, or what I fear will happen to Master Li. I just know we must be careful. Be
Nara earphone wonu kanawa ofa ear kanawa wonu.
Stranger, forgive me for being so forward. If you are wise, you will turn around and leave this cursed and miserable town.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Akwakwak wo sosonia sonophonia sisa ear nawakuk.
Hush, daughter. You must treat strangers with respect. Once we are outside of town, we must be very careful with everyone we meet. Who are you?
Uksair wak unanikiro. Nana wo nafak suno.
I'm Yifan, a simple villager. I have lived all my life here in Tien's Landing, but now I must take my daughter and venture out to the wilderness.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Koniok yo ear kawa ear wo kawa ear. Watita osia kwanif nipawir.
Now impulsive, my daughter Fuyao speaks truly. The great dam downriver has opened. The river is too low and treacherous for anyone to navigate. We are cut off from the empire.
Pier uksair sinini sisair rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko suir toeruk.
The people are starving, and pirates terrorize the town. Our leader, Minister Sheng, seems powerless to do anything, so we choose to try our luck in the wilderness. Don't leave yet, perhaps I can save the town.
Ukir neko sise sair wosair nifuir.
A noble sentiment, but one I respectfully fear will do little to help us.
Sisair ifok woso no koso air ya. Sair kanoa faranuir.
You don't know the whole story. Mr. Sheng would probably pay someone to close the dam, but nobody is brave enough to make the journey. There are dark things up there.
Uyoir apafawair sisi tu tok. Woir wak finir seer.
Some claim it is ghosts trying to torment us. Some think it is pirates. I don't know. All I know is that there seems to be no way to get to the Great Dam closed again. Do you think things will be any better if you leave town?
Wowo tawa yer kupir kawir nakawir ipduki.
I have heard of the dangers. Wild animals and worse men. Pirates and slavers who swoop down in their flyers on unwary travelers.
Those pirates must be Gao the Greater's men. We know that he has holdings near here, and he has flyers.
Pier uksayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko.
I have never heard of Gao the Greater, but pirates have terrorized this region for many weeks. Anyone wandering the wilderness knows they risk being caught by those slavers.
Sisayer ifogoso no koso ayeria. Sayer kanoa fwaranuir.
Some believe there are even worse things in the wilderness. Ghosts that torment the living. Still, it's better than sitting in Tien's Landing waiting to die. Why did the Great Dam open?
Parwoyer astir wo sayer ifasaya wa kawishir.
I don't know. Mr. Sheng doesn't know. Nobody knows. But the town is dying, and I would rather try my luck out in the wilderness than stay here. The dam is open, why is the river so low?
Wowo tawa yer kupir kawir nakawir ipduki.
The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, the water backed up and drained very slowly, causing the level of the river to rise.
Wo nipir uksayer sisini nisayer wustap. Wo ifuer uksunuk nokawayer.
Now the water is flowing too fast and low where it flows at all. Most ships cannot weather it, and the town is cut off. That is why we are leaving. Tell me about the pirates.
Ukir nekpo sise sayer wosayer nifuyer.
I haven't seen any myself, but they are there. I have friends who have seen them, and others have disappeared. It's more than mere new rumors.
Noni wowo sayer tar wowo wir ignisaro kunkna.
That is why I have chosen to take Fuyao to the wilderness. At least there we'll have a fighting chance. Where's her father?
Noni wowo sayer tar wowo wir ignisaro kunkna.
Dead.
Uyo wir apafawayer sisi tu tok.
The survivors must carry as best they can. Now Fuyao and I should be on our way. We must brave the wilderness. I would rather do it with the sun still in the sky. I'll let you be on your way.
Koni ukyo wir kawayer wokawayer watita.
Talk to the minister, that's what she said.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you.
Yeah, leave her alone.
Time to teach you all a lesson.
This is a
Legendary
lesson.
strike. I shall.
I don't really understand what type of different special moves we do.
Heavenly Wave. Legendary strike.
I was back at the camp when I heard the sounds of battle. I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too. Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui.
What child?
Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her.
It's Dawnstar, clearly.
She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she would find a good home for her.
Where is she now?
She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years ago.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zhu mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young man, what is your master's name?
I trained under Master Li of Two Rivers.
I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready.
He must have given his orders a long time ago. He must be very loyal or foolish.
I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The Water Dragon. The Shepherd of the Dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
The woman appearing to us is the water dragon then. Such a crime against order would not go unnoticed.
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price.
This act by the Emperor is why Master Li went into hiding.
Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed? Murdered? The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
Why did Master Li do this? What's so special about me?
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust we, so I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. I'll be back at the camp if you need me.
Zhu is an honorable man. Not a good man, perhaps, but an honorable one. Now to your training. A brief description will reinforce in your mind the style you saw me use.
I'm always ready to learn.
Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in Spirit Thief. Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to fight or ignore wounds. It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more. This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house. We will talk of your master and more.
Spirit Thief. You can now perform okay, drains Chi from enemies, does direct damage in Chi strike mode. Spirit Thief's power attack inflicts damage, but does not drain Chi in Chi strike mode. Basically, recovery mode of a sort. Not drain Chi in Chi strike mode. So in normal attack mode, you'll drain Chi from enemies. You can switch to Chi strike mode to do normal damage. You'll get to be number. Okay, you'll get to be number 3. I wonder would it be possible to focus on a single form fully. Spirit Thief seemed like it could be already a fairly useful mode. I wonder how many we can get these. There's at least 2 more that have Iron Palm and the Viper modes. They're probably superior martial art forms, so I don't really want to focus on those. Spirit Thief, on the other hand, could be something that's nothing else does the same. Not sure how would you... Durations of effects associated with this style receive slight duration increase. But this drains chi. What would be the benefit really? Speed increase of the basic attacks would probably have some use. But again, really sure. Again, probably have to test it. I have a feeling that you can get quite a lot of these, so we'll see.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. I will... Be well.
Please, please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like this, but I just can't help it.
Who are you?
Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to you. It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well...
There's got to be more to this story.
But there isn't! My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Please, you have to help him. I beg you.
Yeah, I don't believe that. It's going to be just something that he doesn't want to tell her. I'll see it. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you so much, kind sir. You don't know what this means to me. If our firstborn is a boy, he shall have your name.
Please don't.
Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now in the southeast corner of town. If you hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack him today.
Or I could not go there now and see if we get there. When do we get there? We're slightly on fire. What is that? Inferior warrior gem. Bar of nickeled iron. Okay. Lord Warrior Gem. Inferior is probably better. Dishwasher Wong.
You really shouldn't be here. Mr. Tate is not like others to observe him working.
Who let you back here? Bad enough I must work with incompetence. I don't need you walking through my kitchen. Do thugs like you think you can just walk back here for food any time? If I wanted human interaction, I'd have a kiosk in the square. Or maybe a trough.
Why a trough? Well, we don't feed the animals, Mr. Tay. That's handled by the farmers.
Step back, Mr. Wong. You just step back.
Did not mean to disturb you. Actually, I did.
A polite response from one of you strangers? Go on, don't waste your respect on me. I'm no high minister. I just cook.
What do you know about Tien's Landing?
Then go walk around it. I do not waste my time collecting rumors. Everybody eats. That is all I need to know. Me? There's nothing to know about me. I cook for ungrateful people who do not understand what good food is.
Your palate is very sophisticated, Mr. Tay. Some say your dishes are, acquired tastes.
No, I am quite certain that the problem is with the customers. If you wish to keep your position, Mr. Wong, you will smile and nod.
You're very harsh with your assistant.
Mr. Wong is here to cut the vegetables and heft the rice bags. His job does not include criticizing the menu. I am the head chef. He is nothing.
But I am learning. I will train hard to become the best chef I can.
There's a small chance he could become slightly more than nothing, but I've seen no sign of it as yet. Some people are heroes, some merely clap as heroes walk by. Good.
Charming fellow. Any other people we could talk to? Where does this go, by the way? Peasant woman, peasant man. And now, looks like trouble. With the town mayor too, so... Peasant... Gufu the Sweet.
You're a stranger here, aren't you? I know everyone in Tien's Landing, and I've never seen you before. I would remember you. You should turn right around and leave this town. Trust me.
Who are you?
I am Gufu, Great One. Some call me Gufu the Sweet, though I don't know why. I usually smell like the fish I sell. Perhaps they are making fun of me. But now, there are no fish to sell. I have lived in Tien's Landing all my life, but now, I'm ashamed to say, I wish I lived somewhere else.
Why?
Everything in Tien's Landing is falling apart. Sheng, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our troubles. You should get out while you can.
Tell me about the troubles.
You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, we are nothing. The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and our children go hungry. Then if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking prisoners to sell into slavery.
Pirates.
I wish I could help you, Great One, but I am only a humble peasant woman. All I know about pirates is to try and avoid them. Maybe Sheng knows more. I'm sure he'd do all he could to help you get rid of the pirates threatening the town. After all, he is our Imperial Minister.
Where is he?
There's a road off to the right just beyond this tea house. Keep following it up until you reach the town square. Minister Sheng is usually there. Take care of yourself, stranger, and be glad that you do not live in Tien's Landing.
This tea house must be popular.
Shadow in the trees. Travelers in the Great Southern Forest often report strange sightings and bizarre phenomena. Aside from the hospitality of the Pilgrim's Rest Inn, the forest is nearly entirely wilderness, and the verdant canopy of the forest hides wonderful and fearsome creatures unlike any seen anywhere else in the Empire. The strangest tales are those of a shadow among the trees that seems to follow visitors to the forest. Philosophers hoping to reflect in the peace of the forest often report feeling watched, and patrons of the Pilgrim's Rest Inn claim to have seen a strange silhouette darting among the trees. Despite the apparently otherworldly nature of this figure, those who witness it sense no aggression and attribute it to the mysteries of the
Good, you're here. We can continue where we left off before.
You've got unfinished business with us first.
There are important matters at hand, yet you fellows keep interrupting. I'm surprised you're this eager to get another beating so soon.
This time we brought some friends to even up the odds.
Legendary strike.
You certainly look like Lee's top student, though there's something odd about how you fight. I can't put my finger on it. It doesn't matter. The sailors won't bother us again. We can get back to business. Sun Lee gave me instructions to await you if anything should happen. I have prepared for this day for well over a decade.
Are you saying Lee knew he'd be kidnapped?
The full extent of what the glorious strategist knows is beyond my mind to comprehend. He is without peer. All I know is that I had instructions to wait for you. Sun Lee asked me to seek a piece of a special amulet he wanted you, his prized pupil, to have. It was broken apart and scattered when the Spirit Monk Temple fell. He intended to, and I assume he did, give the main piece to you. Rumor placed a smaller part with a fleeing apprentice monk, but it had been some years and the trail was cold.
So you searched for the rest of the amulet?
I eventually learned the monk had fled to Old Tien's Landing. He was there a year or so, but died of lingering injuries and was buried with his possessions unsorted. It was rushed at the time because the new dam was due to close and Old Tien's would become a watery tomb. The amulet was beyond reach, so I came here and waited. Now the Lotus assassins have drained the lake and exposed the ruins of Old Tien's Landing. It seems they are searching for this piece of the Spirit Monk amulet too.
How do they know about it?
The Emperor is privy to much. I don't know his motives, but any aid to you is likely a threat to him. You must go to the ruins and find the amulet piece meant for you.
How long have you been waiting?
It is coming on 15 years now. As I said, I learned the location of the amulet after the monk died in old Tien's. It has been difficult serving and waiting in silence.
That's probably why it was a pretty good guess that I'd have to come here. Because if one of the pieces is here, sooner or later, this is where I would have had to go.
My assignment is to give you information to help you acquire the amulet. I will gladly answer whatever questions I can.
Can you tell me anything else about the spirit thief style?
You are wise to ask. It is a difficult but essential skill to master.
When should I switch to spirit thief?
Spirit thief is always useful. It is common to get run down or injured during battle, and you can tire yourself even further concentrating your chi to aid yourself. When you are feeling such a drain on your resources, switch to Spirit Thief, and each successful blow will restore you slightly. The drain will not hamper your opponent, however.
Do you have a favorite tactic you could share?
If you power through an opponent's guard with its strongest attack, it can briefly immobilize an enemy. During this, you can concentrate and increase the restoration. If you use that time to attack with another style, be careful. Your opponent may not be as vulnerable as they seem, and one must never be overconfident of victory. My assignment.
Do you know about the water dragon?
It is said that the water dragon is the shepherd of the dead and a symbol of life and restoration. Beyond that is philosophy and not for a soldier to know. As you see, I know little about the celestial powers. I knew less before Sun Li asked this service of me. I thought such beings were beyond physical assault. I was mistaken. I don't know how the attack was made or what blade could cut the heart from a god, but I do know that any man who would attempt such a plan is arrogant beyond imagining.
Any idea where I could find a new flyer?
Pirates have raided local villages using flyers, swooping down like locusts. Minister Shang said he would stop them, but his promises have done nothing. You can find Shang near his still smoldering office in the center of town. I'm sure he will welcome your assistance, even if your reasons are your own.
Anything you can tell me about the amulet?
I only know that I had to find the piece I was tracking. I did so. It is in the ruins. You must find it before the Lotus Assassins do. You will need it to help your master.
Can I get to the ruins?
The gates leading to the ruins are locked, but Minister Shang can give you the key. You can find him in the town. I suspect the minister is eager to have someone investigate the opening of the Great Dam. You can use this as an excuse to get the key and explore the ruins.
Questions about you?
I am unimportant, but I promised I would aid you as best I can, so ask your questions.
Tell me about you and Master Li.
There is little to tell. I served him years ago in the Imperial Army. I was a tracker and a soldier. I was not at Dirge when it fell, but I heard the tale of Sun Li's death. But I refused to believe he was dead. In time, my faith was confirmed. He sought me out and told me what really happened. I swore my loyalty to him on the spot. I revere him as a teacher, and I revere him. Even when he ordered me to distant lands, my loyalty never wavered. But I am tired. I long for an end to my service.
Sound regretful.
Sun Li is a great man, driven by greater goals and ideals. Sometimes his gaze is lifted so high that he does not see what is right in front of him. We who serve him are sometimes forgotten, left to toil in obscurity until the time to act is thrust upon us. So it was with me, waiting for you.
I could use another fighter.
I cannot. I have done my part. I have given Sun Li my loyalty and devotion. Now I am empty. I have nothing left. I see an end to my long service. I welcome it. I will give you what guidance and information I can, but that is all I will do.
Fine.
Remember, go to the ruins and claim the amulet before the Lotus Assassins do. You will need it to survive the trials that lie ahead.
Live alive. Guards and patrons. 3-sheet Dutang.
If you want tea, have a seat. The serving girl will be by directly if I don't fire her first, a useless wench. I should have replaced her the day I took over this tea house.
You own the tea house?
I am 3 Sheets Dutong, proud owner of this quaint little tea house. I recently acquired it from old Mother Kwan, the elderly lady steeping tea over there in the corner.
You want me to throw this troublemaker out in the street, boss?
Don't be stupid. You saw what this man did to those sailors. He'd leave you broken and bleeding on the floor, and I have no one to clean up the mess. Forgive my guard. His intentions are good, but he's a bit slow on the uptake. I'd love to answer your questions, but that would interrupt my drinking. I'm afraid that isn't acceptable. Yes, good. Go away. I haven't even started to feel the effects of my wine yet, and you're already giving me a headache.
Hello, greetings, welcome. My name is Steeper Yanru, and I'll be... No, that's not right at all. Idiot! I'm Barkeep Yanru now, not Steeper Yanru. I'm sorry about that. I still can't get the hang of this new position. Sometimes I wish old Mother Kwan still owned the tea house so things could go back to the way they were.
So, the tea house changed owners recently.
Old Mother Kwan used to run the place until Dutong bought it. Well, buy isn't quite right. It's complicated. Talk to Mother Kwan if you want the whole story. I used to steep the tea here. They called me Steeper Yanru. But now Dutong says I'm going to be the new barkeep. I'll have to give out advice and wine in equal doses.
Tell me more about Dutong.
I can't say too much about him. He's my boss, after all. Mostly he just sits in the corner and drinks his wine until he gets drunk. It's a shame Mother Kwan had to give the place up. She didn't waste her days getting drunk, and she didn't make me practice giving out advice all day so I could become a barkeep.
Give me some advice.
Sure. Just remember, I'm pretty new at this. I'm still practicing. Let's try this one. Every bureaucrat knows a tree grows toward the light, but a rock grows not at all.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Dutong just had me memorize a bunch of wise sayings. None of them make much sense to me. Maybe they'll sound better if people drink the wine. Just remember what I told you. You never know when a bit of homespun wisdom will come in handy.
Hello, young one. My name is Kwan, but everyone calls me Old Mother Kwan. I'd like you to call me that too, okay? Welcome to my tea house. Oh, that's not right. No, not anymore. Sorry about the confusion, dearie. What I meant to say was, welcome to Master Dutong's tea house.
You used to own this tea house?
Yes, I owned the tea house for many, many years. At least I thought I did. But then Master Dutong came to town with that imperial writ. Oh my, wasn't that a shock? Turns out his family owns this land. They have for hundreds of years. The land is his along with everything on it, so now he owns my tea house too. He was nice enough to let me stay on here as a helper. I steep the tea. Yanwan takes the orders, and Master Dutong, well, he mostly just drinks his wine.
You didn't know he owned the land when you built the place?
No one knew. This was just an empty patch of rock for hundreds of years. Who would have thought the Empire had deeded it to anyone? But Master Dutong came along with his writ.
Did you check the writ to make sure it was real?
Now, why would I do such a thing? I can't even imagine anyone being so horrible they'd forge an imperial writ. No, I'm sure the land belongs to Master Dutong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the old bat can't even see through those closed eyes. I'm going to speak to Dutong about this.
That is very nice of you, my child, but what could you do? I would love to have my tea house back, but it belongs to Master Dutong now. You can't argue with an imperial writ.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't, but...
All this talk is just the rambling of an old woman. Put it out of your head and enjoy yourself. It may not be mine anymore, but this is still a fine tea house.
Another level up. Yeah, we're pretty much ditching mind, I guess, but... More body probably wouldn't hurt. It is more health, after all. Hmm. Still, I'm going to focus more on spirit, at least for now. If there comes a point where I feel that we're not constantly struggling for chi, I'll focus on something else at that point. 15 style points. Yeah. Using these style points would probably help us develop things quite well. The problem with the ice shard could be that we basically have no skill in it, so we can't do all the abilities. Freezing ice storm slow their shivering foes. The ice storm is something I have no idea how to do. I can take the ice is basically normal attack. Power attack does the encase opponents in a column of ice, but I have no idea what the ice storm is all about. Well, maybe if you encase your attacks in chi or something like that. Now, this tile's power attack can initiate a harmonic combo that produces a chi power. So you could, if you, is it if you kill your opponents in certain ways, you can sort of force certain kind of power-ups to pop up from them. Is that the purpose of harmonic combos? So basically, use some kind of support ability first, then use the power attack, and that produces a chi power up. Yeah, the harmonic combo thing is something that hasn't really opened up to me. Let's see if we can deal with the wreath thing. Probably should go and talk to the mayor as soon as possible. Let's see what we can find here. Ooh.
I may be drunk, but that doesn't mean I am a drunk, because I'm not. Well, just a little bit. But I'm brave, too. I'm going to go close the Great Dam and save the town.
Sounds good to me.
I'll be a hero. That'll show 'em. Well, that'll show 'em all. I just need another drink to get my courage up. Wine! Someone bring me more wine!
You've been saying that for 3 days, Rue. Minister Shang's already looking for other people to close the dam, and you'll look a fool after all your boasts.
I doubt that man could open a door, never mind a dam.
That's why he's going to close it.
I swear, if one more person complains about how long it takes to get their order, I'm going to quit.
Are you... sailors? It's a massive structure. Okay. What are you? Who are you? Yin, Master Cook. She's producing food that no one wants to eat. So, requires a lot of constitution to eat his crap. Why don't people like your food? Unusual effects on people. Dish of roasted cow hearts, sauteed with bile of leopard, has a particularly nasty effect on one's constitution. Monkey's brain stew. Negative effect on the working of the mind. To others can deplete one's spirit, so negative effects on your stats. Yeah. Sounds interesting, but I think I should be going. You can keep your food. Kindly Yushan.
Can't you just leave an old man in peace?
Who are you?
I'm nobody important. Nobody at all. And I have nothing to say to you.
I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't count for much. Sorry can't erase our mistakes. Sorry can't change the past.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. It's not important. Not anymore. Just leave me alone.
Leave Zhang alone!
Zhang, you can't stay up here forever. This isn't your home. You need to come back with me to the farm.
No! Zhang not want to go home. Zhang doesn't want to see orcs.
It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. I need you back at the farm. Now let's go, Zhang.
No! Leave Zhang alone, or Zhang get angry and smash things!
No. Please don't, Zhang. I'll just go over here and leave you alone. What? Oh, hello there. Don't let Zhang bother you. He's really quite harmless. He's just a little upset right now.
What's the matter with your ogre?
Zhang does not belong to me. He works for me of his own free will. I am Dong Ping, Zhang's employer. Zhang works on my farm, but the other day he accidentally killed one of my oxen, and since then he has refused to come back. Some of the patrons here are unnerved by his size. I'm worried that if he doesn't leave with me soon, the owners may take matters into their own hands. If he gets hurt, or worse, I'll be ruined. I can't run the farm without him, but I don't know what else to do. He won't listen to me.
I'll speak with him.
You will? I must warn you. Zhang is, well, he's very strong-willed and very strong. I am grateful for your help, but please, be careful. Zhang the ox carrier came by his name honestly. I would hate to see him hurt you, or anybody else for that matter. Speak softly to him, and you should be okay.
Go away. Zhang not want to speak to you.
Why are you so upset?
Zhang kill ox. Zhang too strong, too rough with ox. Zhang not want to hurt ox. Zhang only playing. Now Zhang cries for ox.
Tell me what happened.
Ox like to play with Zhang. Ox like it when Zhang throw her in the air and catch her. Zhang missed. Zhang dropped Ox on her head. Ox is dead. Ox was Zhang's friend. Zhang killed a friend and now Zhang is bad.
Maybe you can get another ox.
Master already have another ox. Poor ox. Zhang killed Ox's sister. Now Ox won't like Zhang anymore.
The other ox will be lonely if you don't go back.
Zhang is lonely? Ox must be lonely too. Maybe Ox will forgive Zhang and we be friends again. I will go and see. You have been nice to Zhang. Zhang like you. Zhang hope you have good day.
Thank you so much. I was at my wit's end. You've done me a great service today. Come, Zhang. Let's go home.
Zhang coming. Zhang go home now.
Thank you for getting rid of that thing. Business is bad enough without that ogre scaring away my customers. Here's a little something to thank you. It's not much, but it's about all I can afford these days.
Thank you very much. I needed to talk to you anyway. How many people live in this place?
Do you mind? I'm in no mood for company given my present state of despondency.
Who are you?
My name is Yaru, though some of the locals disparagingly refer to me as Yaru the Sailor. You see, I am predisposed to seasickness. Ergo, I despise the water.
Why is everyone
Yet I
eyes
suffer
closed?
their verbal slings and arrows with nary a complaint. It is just one more misfortune to pile atop the great heap that buries me in misery.
Yeah, this guy has normal eyes. I mean, the eyelids, because they are different with Asian people, some make the eyes look a little bit more closed, but how it's in this game seems ridiculous. A large number of people have basically just a line where their eyes should be. Okay, what's wrong?
I am at the stage of my life in which I long for companionship. A wife with intellect and refinement comparable but just slightly inferior to my own. Unfortunately, this town presents scant opportunity for a suitable match. Seamstresses, barmaids, peasants. I may as well marry the harlots selling themselves in the street.
Good idea. They know what they're doing. Maybe your standards are too high.
Or perhaps everyone else's standards are far too low. I shall not allow myself to be saddled with a marriage of convenience, not when I deserve so much more.
Questions?
I understand your desire to seek elucidation from one whose vocabulary is elevated above the grunts and squawks of the general rabble inhabiting this town. However, I'm in no mood to converse with you, not while my heart bears the weight of my great burden.
Yep.
Farewell. Perhaps we shall speak again, if you ever tire of the braying and neighing of these barnyard animals.
Charmed. Let's talk about the... what was it? Imperial Writ.
Why do you persist in troubling me? All I want is to be left alone with a steady stream of wine flowing my way. Is that too much to ask in my own tea house?
I see the writ granting you ownership of this place.
Oh, certainly. The Imperial Writ is 400 years old, and I just carry it around with me all the time and show it to complete strangers. Please. The writ is locked safely away, as I told Mother Quan. I'm not about to bring it out on your request. Now, if you will just leave me to my drinking.
I think you conned old Mother Quan.
What a truly horrible thing to say to me, especially when I'm sober. The very notion that I, 3 Sheets Dutong, could do such a thing is, well, it is unthinkable. Your accusations grow tiresome, stranger. You have no proof that I cheated old Mother Quan, and I don't see any reason to continue our conversation. So thank you, and goodbye.
Where would he have the...
Dutong says he hired me because I'm big as an ox and just as smart.
He would have to have a writ. Okay, let's jar. What?
You really shouldn't waste... Remember...
Someone has to know
Hello
something.
again. I would rather have kept my old job, but Dutong...
I want to talk about Dutong and his Imperial Writ.
That Imperial Writ has caused us no amount of grief. Mother Quan lost her tea house, waitress Yanwan is busier than ever, and I spend all day giving out foolish advice.
Did anyone ever see the actual writ?
Mother Quan saw it, though her eyes aren't too good. Most of us didn't bother to give it a look since hardly anyone in the town can read anyway.
I think the writ was a forgery.
What? You mean it wasn't real? That means Mother Quan should still own the tea house. Problem is, Dutong's already shown everyone the writ and now he's got it locked away. If you're right, he'd never bring it out again. There's no way to prove he cheated Mother Quan.
Maybe I can make him confess.
That might work. It would probably help if you get him drunk first. That's something I can help you with. Dutong's always having me send over wine. Usually I mix it with water so he doesn't get too drunk too fast, but I could start sending it to him unmixed.
Just don't get him so drunk he passes out.
Don't worry about that. He never passes out no matter how much he drinks. Actually, he usually goes through 3 stages of drunkenness. Dutong gets very friendly when he starts to drink. You might get a confession out of him then, but I doubt it. He's not really all that drunk at that stage. Usually after about 7 bowls, he slips into depression and sorrow. He complains about how his life is worthless and what a bad and sinful man he is. Not a pretty sight. By the 9th glass, he starts to get paranoid. You can't really talk to him then. Usually around that time, I try to slip a restorative potion into his glass to sober him up.
Tell me about this restorative potion.
The restorative tastes pretty foul, but it does the job. Works instantly and makes a man sober as an imperial judge. Dutong's guard keeps a vial handy at all times, just in case. The guard gave me a few vials so I could slip them into Dutong's wine when he starts to get paranoid. Keeps him from getting out of hand.
Let's send Dutong some drinks.
No problem. We have two sorts of wine here. Peasant's wine and Imperial seasoned spirits. The peasant's wine is pretty weak, but that's usually what Dutong drinks. The Imperial seasoned spirits are a lot stronger. One bowl of that is worth 3 bowls of peasant's wine. And if Dutong gets too drunk, I have the restorative to sober him up.
Yeah. Okay, Imperial seasoned spirits.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? Good, good. Go speak to Dutong. If he's not drunk enough, or if he's too drunk, come back and see me and I'll mix him up another. We'll get him to admit he's a cheat and a sneak. Then old Mother Quan will be back in charge, and I won't ever have to give out another bit of bad advice.
So what was it? About 7 drinks before he starts in the depression phase.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Master Dutong's tea house. What can I do for you, my friend?
Nothing yet.
The writ? Why waste time on such a dry and boring subject, my friend? Can't you see the drink is flowing? Look at how busy my tea house is. Isn't it glorious? Put the writ out of your mind and join the party. Mingle. Enjoy yourself. Everybody should have a good time at Master Dutong's tea house.
You should speak to Dutong. No problem. The Imperial... 1 drink for... 1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? Good. We'll get him to it.
What do you want? You come to mock me? Come to laugh at the tragedy that is the life of 3 Sheets Dutong? No, not the writ. Let's not talk about that. It's my secret shame. Just the thought of that writ brings tears to my eyes. It tears at my poor, miserable soul.
Maybe you'll feel better if you tell me about it.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Confess my sins. Then I'll feel better. Oh, I'm a despicable person. A bad, bad man. The writ, it's a fake. A forgery. I made it all up!
Boss, what are you saying? I better sober you up.
Oh, I hate that restorative potion. Oh, that stuff tastes like vomit baked in a glaze of goat hair and garnished with a sprinkling of horse dung. And now I have the strangest memory, as if I... Oh no. Did I say anything to you, stranger? Anything about, oh, I don't know, an imperial writ?
Yes, you told me it was fake.
What? No, I never said any such thing.
I heard what you said, Dutong. I knew you cheated Mother Quan out of this place, and now we have proof. You can't get out of this now.
Ah, I see what you're after. Oh yes, 3 Sheets Dutong was not born yesterday, or the day before that. Indeed, we are speaking the language of commerce. I will give you a great deal of silver to keep this little secret from getting out. Lots of silver for both of you, if you keep quiet about this.
I don't know, Dutong. I could really use the silver, but Mother Quan is such a nice old lady, I'm just not sure what to do.
Yeah. We won't sell Mother Quan out like this.
Right, of course. What was I thinking? Old Mother Quan's a good woman. She deserves to have her tea house back.
Boss, People aren't gonna like us when they find out what you did. Maybe we should get out of here.
That's the smartest thing you've said since I hired you. Let's go.
Well done. It'll be nice to have old Mother back in charge again. You should tell Mother Quan she got her tea house back. Now things can go back to the way they were.
I knew you would make the right choice. We share the same master, and he taught us both well.
That will end here.
Hello again, dearie.
Okay. Dutong's writ was a full forgery.
A forgery? Are you certain?
Yeah, he confessed. The tea house is yours again.
That scoundrel! No wonder he left here so fast. Cheating an old woman out of her hard-earned living. The very nerve. People, listen to me. Master Dutong has left. For good. And thanks to this brave young man here, the tea house is mine again.
Hooray for Mother Quan! Her tea house is back in business!
You've given me back the only thing I ever cared about. And you've done a service for this town, too. I'm going to turn this place back into a respectable quality tea house.
Glad to help.
I don't have much. The only reward I can offer is my humble thanks. That and a promise that you will always be welcome here at Old Mother Quan's.
Well, that isn't gonna mean jack shit. 1000 experience points. That, on the other hand, is very, very welcome thing. Yeah, we need still about 2500 to get the next level up. Firmly on the side of the palm. Yep, I'll end here. Have 4000 silver too. Nothing to really spend it on. We need to go and meet with the head of the town, head for the dam. It's probably the most of the side missions of this entire area anyway. Can I see the proper map? Merchant area, Merchant Chong, Minister, Old Master, Scholar of Six Heavens, Darting Links, Beggar Piers, Boathouse, Forest, Campsite. Huh. Yeah, actually we've just started. Ah, crap, but shit.